Hey guys, so I wanted to review the Icon AI ad software that I saw on Twitter. You guys know I do a lot of ads. Icon is supposed to be the AI ad maker. A lot of cred here, a lot of reviews, really good sales page, but I'm not going to bore you with 85 minutes of intro. Let's just jump right into it. So, I've probably spent about $100 million, way more than that. I don't know. I haven't looked in a long time. I just know the last time I looked, it was about $100 million on ads. And so when I saw this, I saw a Twitter thread about this. I wanted to review it because there's just not much information out there about it. You can kind of see my example. Now, this is just the $39 a month plan for static ads. You have to actually pay $400 a month for UGC videos, which is kind of cool. So if we start like if we look up, up here, you have all these AI avatars you can use, and some of them are pretty good. Like I was pretty impressed. I mean, look, she even has a tattoo. I was pretty impressed with this one. Uh, that's really cool, but I haven't been able to test the video because they want you to pay $400 to actually get an example video and be able to use the video function, which felt a little misleading. I thought I would at least get one video, but that's not what happened. The software is pretty buggy. I mean, if we want to put this in video game terms, I would say the software is in early access. They do have an app on Mac that looks like this. And so I actually run an agency. I have multiple different clients. So I wanted to try it and just kind of see, and it just feels like it's almost there, but not all the way. When I'm looking like so, these ads, I'm pretty cool with this. These look pretty good, and you can edit them. So it says editable, 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 but it's very slow. Like some of these I made 3 hours ago because I've been playing with this for 3 hours, and if I click edit, it says still processing. Wait 3 to 5 minutes, but then randomly there's these other ones that you can edit. When you click edit, it opens up a Canva like software, and you can kind of edit the text and the phone number and everything else sometimes. So, like, for example, I am working with an HVAC company right now in Florida. And if I go over there and look at their stuff, I mean, you see what I mean? I switched brands and it still has me in the editor, first of all. It's just a lot of little bugs. So let me go over here. And there are some good things about this software. I don't want to poop on it and be like, this sucks. It's just not all the way yet. And maybe it will be, maybe it won't. But for example, this original ad right here, first of all, this that doesn't look right. Obviously, we see some of that with AI images. Um, but for example, it put this background phone number here, and I can't edit it. It's just stuck there. Can't get rid of it. Can't, you know, uh, do anything. So I just resolved to cover it up with a white box. Better than nothing, right? Couldn't crop that individual section out. Can't erase back like this almost ruins the whole image for me just because there's the uh, crap there, and this is an AI generated image based off what is probably the coolest feature, right? Because what Icon offers is to replace a bunch of softwares for $39 a month. I mean, it's not a bad gig. But so like this is the coolest features the ad spy is you can actually see competitor ads or at least competitor images. And you can clone them, right? So this is just for HVAC and you can clone them, but you can't necessarily see the body text. You can see the landing page. You can see how long it's been running. Maybe if we share the ad, let's see. So they just try to take a lot of things that you can see the headline. They take a lot of things that successful softwares do, like AdSpy, Canva, etc., and put it in one. Um, haven't been able to play around with, again, the UGC creators, which I think is the coolest part, because you can just craft custom scripts. So there are some cool things about this, like Zora. You can generate AI clips that can go in your videos, and I think this software would work a lot better if I uploaded a bunch of assets. Maybe they do have a AI CMO, which is like, we picked this because we found one of your competitors is using it, but it's just an image. Like, there's no body copy. And I have written thousands of Facebook ads, and there always should be body copy. So when it comes to images, yes, this is cool. Yes, it's cool that you can clone images from competitors with AI within a single dashboard, but I feel like it needs more information. Like, why is the primary text not here? Why is it implementing everything else but not the text that goes with it? And they don't have a right primary text option. Like, really what you're looking at is create static ad, create video ad. But you can kind of tweak the script, right? Enter a script. I don't know, write me a script. Okay, so it's going to write me a script, and that could be the primary text. Like, I could copy that. It wants to know the audience, homeowners in Florida. And this was another cool feature. Let's see. So it's going to write a script, and maybe that's, the starting point for a primary text on ads. Florida summers with a busted AC. Great starting point. One of the cool features that I did like about this, and check this out. This is pretty cool. You can create an ad. I mean, I can't because I don't have any, and they have an in-dashboard video editor too, kind of cool. But let's say I wanted to create this script with this pretty AI girl right here. Let's just say in the kitchen, text to speech, and then I can select the voice, right? Let's just say Adeline, and select the emotion and the speed. And what it's going to do is actually generate an AI voiceover. And that's cool. Like, that's obviously that's a poor example. But check, like, I don't like that voice. Let me go back. Well, you can't go back. So oh, here we go. I was trying to do an HVAC script with this guy because he kind of looked like an HVAC owner. And if I do text to speech, let's say, please select a voice. Where? Like, here we go. Uh, Thomas, right? So this one worked really well. So let's hit next. No, go back. Text to speech, regenerate. And the app is not much better. Like, on the app, when you click download image. And so you get a lot of options there. There's like 50 different voices, but I just wanted to show you that functionality. And then it gives you an option here: start from scratch with voiceover and captions, or generate ad with voiceover captions, matching clips for each shot, 80 to 99% complete. So it wants me to have assets, all like usable clips already in there, which I think you can use the Sora functionality over here to generate a lot. But the thing is a little slow, so it would take 3 hours to generate enough AI clips. But if you're a company with a lot of assets already, um, it could work. And so look, right now it just says 3 minutes left. I've sat on this page for a little bit and not, seen anything happen. But it wants you to update to the $400 a month package to get the videos. And look, that's cool. But given all the, like, I was seriously considering it because I run a lot of ads for a lot of people, and this software could save me some time. Um, so I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to get it. But then I kept like trying to do static ads, and it just has a lot of things that don't fully work. And I don't want to call it like, oh, this is a scam. It's not. It works. It's cool. It's just really buggy. And I'm having to find workarounds. Like there's a QR code right here on this image, and you can't get it off. Just stuck there. Just a useless QR code that doesn't actually do anything. And then I can't, crop it out. I can only crop by the window. There's no way to just, get it out. So I'm left with the option to cover it up. It's kind of janky, but definitely a high quality image, that I can kind of use. And what was cool is I copied this from a competitor, right? So let's see here. I this was all AI generated, copied from a competitor. But the QR code almost makes it unusable. And so like, what am I going to do? Like cover it up? Like maybe if I type sweat, no, maybe dripping. Nope. I don't even know if the search function works. Oh, look, it does work. Okay. So it's just like having to find a workaround. And I think this software could be pretty great. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't get it. And if you are going to get it, please click my affiliate link in the description. I may or may not keep it. I want to keep playing with it. It's just not all the way, right? It's like, it says, hey, we'll get your ads 80% of the way there. But like, if I can't edit out this QR code, I have to hand it off to a graphic designer to edit it out. And I'm trying to not work with a graphic designer at all. So, and I'm sure, let's look at Ad GPT, create static ad. This is cool. It can generate concepts, which is kind of cool. Need concepts for Facebook ads for an HVAC company in Kissimmee, Florida. And so, like when you're setting this up, it asks you all these questions for a brand, right? It's like, what's the brand colors? What's the logo? What's your products? What's your service? And you have to kind of go all the way through it. And so, I think the more information you give it, the better. Beat the Florida heat without breaking a sweat. So, I mean, and what it's going to do is it's going to generate some ads, and you can actually tell it to generate 5, 10 images at a time, and maybe pick the winner. So it's kind of cool, even if it's a little janky. I wish, their platform was all the way there. I'd say it's about 80%, right? Like 80% kind of works. So I think maybe in 6 months or a year, they'll have the bugs worked out. But like, I did want to just give this honest opinion, and of course I can switch between different clients. Like, it definitely performed best for this one because it just generated all these cool ads. It's on brand. There are slight errors in the images, but I would consider a lot of these maybe with some tweaking on the text, and maybe some of them are fine. I would consider that, but really, like, because it's not giving me ad copy either, it's literally just like, hey, look, you're spying on ads, right? You're spying on ads. You're just spying on images. It's not the full ad. And in my opinion, after running, over $100 million in ads, the creative is not all of it, right? You need the body text, you need the headline, you need the creative, you need, how many likes does it have? So it is definitely a interesting take. I think it has potential, and I think if you want to try it for $39 a month, try it. Here's Zora. So here's an example of an AI generated clip it made. And obviously the idea is you would edit these into videos. So that's interesting. I wish I could see more of the UGC stuff, but I don't feel confident enough right now to be like, yeah, sure, have $400 so I can play with this, given that, what I see for the static image side is um, it's not fully there. Like I said, it's about 80%. And you can do it with 80, like you can hack it together at 80%. Don't get me wrong. Like this is kind of cool. Um, I have a bunch of clients I could use this for. Like I liked this image, and obviously I can just generate as many images as I want until I find the ones I like. So, maybe I'm being kind of a stickler. Probably am. So like this was cool, but there's a capital S there, and I don't know if I can edit that. Let's see. And again, not all the images are editable. Oh, I can. Nice. So like I would consider running this, right? Um, this is cool. It's for HVAC and Kissimmee. So like this is a good image. And so maybe it's just a thing where you have to play with it and get a lot of images generated and pick the winners yourself based on your experience. Like I could see a use case for that. And I may keep it and play with that. You can also, connect it to meta ads and like it tells you what it replaces. I'm not going to do that right now. Let me go back. But yeah, the AI CMO is kind of cool too. And what I really like the most, actually, now that I've kind of glitched out the software here, was the audience research. And I know you can do this in ChatGPT or Claude or whatever else, but like if we look at the audience research, I said, give me look, it even auto generated this audience for me. Purchase motivations, pain points, psychographics. You can create an ad for the audience straight from the dashboard. You want a static ad or a video ad, you can get a script or clone successful ads. Of course, I don't have the video functionality, so um, you know, uh, I can't even test that side without paying $400 a month. And right now, I don't feel comfortable doing that, but I might if I keep playing with it. So it's a cool little thing. And it seems like you could hack together primary text using the script functionality. Um, but I do somewhat feel like it wasn't, like if you go to their homepage, right? Like this still hasn't loaded. 2 minutes left. Maybe it'll work. Maybe this will pop up and I can see some examples. I've been talking for 18 minutes. Said 3 minutes left. Um, but if you go to their sales page, their homepage, it makes some pretty big promises here. Competitor ad cloning, AI generated, sure. Static ad generator, AMI CMO, made for ads, tier one investors, tier one team. They work 7 days. Also, I have an opinion about that. Working 7 days a week is not healthy. It leads to shoddy work. It leads to burnout. It leads to spiritual death. If God rested for a day, you can rest for a day too. And maybe, the video is really the premium, aspect of the product. But I make enough ads, I wanted to see if it could work for me. And maybe it will. I'm not saying this is so bad, I'm not going to use it anymore. But I am saying it has some kinks that need to be worked out. It is cool if you want to try it. And if you do want to try it, click my link in the description. Happy to answer questions. Just comment below. Thanks.